Watch closely. This guy falls from a 10-story building, hitting the ground so hard he makes a crater. But 3 seconds later, he just gets up, completely unharmed. How? Turns out he drank a vat of nuclear wastewater earlier and turned into a Hercules Superman overnight. And that's just the beginning. He can push a large wardrobe with one hand and bend radiators with his bare hands, strength that rivals Captain America. Even he's shocked by his new abilities. Just yesterday, he was nothing but a petty thief running from the police. If he hadn't been trying to escape them, he would never have gone near that river, let alone accidentally stepped on and broken a container of toxic waste. After swallowing all that nuclear wastewater, he went home and couldn't stop throwing up. He thought he was dying. But the next morning, he bounced back with incredible vitality. Not only did his body show no signs of damage, but when he accidentally fell from the 10th floor, he respawned on the spot within 3 seconds. That's when he finally understood his body had mutated. The man raced home, and the first thing he did was plan a robbery. He put on a mask and stood in front of an ATM. 2 punches later, just like that, it was done. After years of small-time theft, he had finally achieved financial freedom. But even superheroes have problems. His trouble was that he didn't have a girlfriend. There was a pretty girl living downstairs, but she had mental health issues, and her father was involved with the mob. During a job gone wrong, her father was shot dead by rivals who escaped with valuable merchandise. Now the gang was looking everywhere for her father, and since they couldn't find him, they were after her instead. The man didn't want to get involved in any trouble, but his soft heart got the better of him. He ended up helping the girl who was surrounded by problems. He jumped through her window, grabbed one of the gang members, and threw him flying out. He quickly dealt with all the others. The gang leader immediately fled with his remaining men. After his heroic rescue, the man found himself stuck with this girl who wouldn't leave him alone. He didn't want to take advantage of the naive girl, but his frustration was becoming unbearable. The next day, he took her to a shelter. The man decided to aim higher. ATMs no longer satisfied him. He planned to rob a cash truck. What he didn't know was that the truck he was targeting was also targeted by the same gang leader. Having lost a shipment of goods, the gang leader desperately needed to rob an armored truck to make up for his losses. The female boss of another gang he was partnered with was not someone to be messed with. If he couldn't get this truck to compensate her, not even Jesus could save him. They carefully set up an ambush along the truck's route. But before they could make their move, the masked man struck first.